insulin for 3 or 4 days. In my opinion, they were very happy to let him die.
Now we move on to North America. President Donald Trump has said that his administration plans to cut several government's programs due to the ongoing shutdown. He promised details on job cuts within the next 4 to 5 days. The U.S. government shutdown began on October 1st, leaving hundreds of thousands of federal workers either furloughed or working without pay. As the shutdown enters its 7th day, Republicans and Democrats continue to blame each other. House Speaker Mike Johnson has called the situation real pain being felt by real people, caused by political gamesmanship. Meanwhile, Democrat Hakeem Jeffries has blamed President Trump and Republicans for refusing to provide health care to working-class Americans, keeping the government closed. No deal has yet to be reached to end the crisis. Listen into what President Trump has said.
We have a lot, I'm not going to tell you, but we'll be announcing it pretty soon, but we have a lot of things that we're going to eliminate and permanently eliminate. You know, one of the things that we have is some advantage, you could say, but because of the shutdown, which I think they made a big mistake, we're able to take out billions and billions of dollars of waste, fraud, and abuse, and they've handed it, you know, on a silver platter. And you know Russell Vogt, he's a serious person, very serious person, and he's sitting there and he's getting ready to cut things. And this is something that was handed to us by, I assume, Schumer. I just don't know if Schumer has any power anymore.
Now we stay in India. United Kingdom's Prime Minister Keir Starmer has touched down in Mumbai, kicking off his first official visit to India. He is leading a record 125-member trade delegation, the largest the UK has ever sent to India. The delegation includes top CEOs, university leaders, and cultural figures. The visit builds on the major UK-India trade deal signed in July, which slashes tariffs and opens access to one of the world's fastest-growing markets. Keir Starmer says this is not just a deal on paper, it's a launch pad for growth. He will meet Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday to boost ties in trade, technology, and security. Big British names like Rolls-Royce, British Airways, and Diageo are on board, along with small businesses aiming to expand in India. The agreement is expected to boost trade by $31 billion a year. Now for this discussion, we're joined by former Ambassador Suresh Goyal. He's a former Indian diplomat, joins us live from New Delhi. Thank you very much, Ambassador, for joining us. Good morning. Now, how significant is this visit and the fact that he's coming along with a lot of delegates to India?
I would call it politically and economically very, very significant, considering the kind of a situation. If you take the overall global view of the geopolitics, with India and the other countries, Western countries, USA, Europe, it's a clear signal that India does want to go ahead with fast development, growth of relations with the countries in the West, about our own decision-making, strategic autonomy, as we call it, our own interest. That is one, but in terms of details, really speaking, in view of the overall framework, very important because in terms of both trade and economic cooperation, please do remember that he is coming and he will be also attending the Global FinTech Festival in Mumbai, started yesterday. Prime Minister Modi, and he will be talking about trade, FTA, about defense cooperation, strategic partnership, about several other matters will be discussed really in terms of technology, artificial intelligence. So on the whole, I would say extremely important, particularly in view of the details, the granular picture of what we are going to discuss and the overall framework of our desire to expand our relationship.
And
yes.
Ambassador, from what we know, the report showed that this agreement, UK-India Free Trade Agreement, does not include easing visa access for Indians to UK. What could be the reason behind this, and how do you view his decision to exclude visa provisions from this new UK-India trade agreement?
I think Prime Minister Keir Starmer has indicated in the press discussion that this is not going to, the visit also is not going to include any further developments on the visa regime for India, while it will talk about expanding the relationship. Overall, I do not know what his reasons are, because he does indicate in his conversations that he is interested in Indian expertise, Indian professionals working in the United Kingdom. But visa and the immigration into a country are very delicate issues. They involve the whole issue of demographics. They involve the whole issue of political picture, the different groups, lobbies, etc., etc. I will not really, therefore, insist that visa is the most central issue in the relationship. It is important, but if we can develop relations in the other areas, I'm sure we will find a way to deal with the visa issue also. But I would not make it really the central issue for the time being.
Although this is not the central issue, Ambassador, I agree with you. A lot of Indian people, Indian expats do go to UK, and now that a H-1B visa has a fee, so they are looking at other countries, especially UK. So how do you see this importance of mobility for Indian professionals, especially in tech and services? How will India address this lack of visa access in future negotiations with the UK?
I know one thing. Migration is not a recent issue. Migration has been taking place for the last 50 years, last 100 years. People have been going from one country to the other country for economic reasons, for political reasons. There are several reasons why people actually migrate. And I also know, because it's my own experience, that those who want to make a different life, better life for themselves, as I see, they often succeed in changing their own environment. Therefore, as I said, those who are not able to go to the USA now, we have enough opportunities in India. In fact, we would welcome their professional expertise in India to develop our own technological base, our own economic strengths, industries. We need to go further ahead in artificial intelligence. Therefore, they will have sufficient opportunities in Bangalore, Hyderabad. I don't think they will be basically deprived of a kind of livelihood they're looking for. If they want to go to Europe, if they want to go to Japan, they can explore opportunities wherever they want to. Europe is not the only place where they need to come. In fact, if I recall correctly, there is a country which is even promised to give without visas, without charges, K visas. So let us see what happens. But as I said, the professionals, if they are not given, if they don't find opportunities in USA, it is not the professionals who will suffer. The USA will be deprived of their professionalism and their expertise. I will just leave it there.
Yes, indeed. And Ambassador, lastly, going back to our previous question, do you think that there can be a chance that Keir Starmer is facing huge political pressure about immigration and from even opposition parties in UK? So do you think these issues back home has affected this political pressure on him, maybe influencing his restrictive stance on immigration and visa policy with India?
I do not want to comment specifically on what is influencing Prime Minister Keir Starmer's mind. It is his own thinking. He will make his own decisions. But in a general way, I can say, and I said it earlier, that the visa and the migration policies are very delicate and very sensitive areas because they impact on the demography, they impact on the politics of the country, voting patterns. We have, in our own country, we have announced that we will not, what we call Ghuspaiti, those who have intruded or those intruders into the country to vote in the elections, because we know that they impact on the particular lobbies in the group. Therefore, without commenting on what the internal politics of the UK is, all I can say is that there are several factors which weigh on this decision making. I will respect Prime Minister Keir Starmer's decision. I'm not going to make this as a central issue, whatever it may be, as far as India is concerned. Rest, I think I will leave it to the Prime Minister of UK to take the decision that he thinks is the best.
Thank you very much, Ambassador
Thank
Sheesh
you.
Goel.
Thank
Thank you for joining us and sharing that insight. Always great hearing from you. Now we move on and we stay in India. According to reports, at least 15 people were killed on late Tuesday when a massive landslide struck a bus in Himachal Pradesh, India. The bus was traveling on a hilly stretch near Bilaspur district when debris from the slide hit, claiming the lives of 9 men, 4 women and 2 children. Authorities have said that 20 to 25 passengers were on board at the time. Rescue teams managed to save 3 injured children who were then taken to local hospital, while search operations continued to locate other missing passengers believed to be dead. Now, Indian President and Draupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have expressed their condolences. This year, extreme rains have caused flooding and landslides across South Asia, including Nepal, Pakistan, and in Bangladesh.